Okay, everybody, let me repeat myself, we need to go back, do some backtracking, and pick up all of the shit that we missed in the last couple of episodes. All of you hardcore Mega Man people out here were probably just foaming at the mouth at how I wasn't getting all of the extra shit. Well, I didn't forget, you see. I was just gonna do it all in one incredibly cool episode. See, look at this. Secret right over there. 36 seconds in and I'm already finding stuff. As O.J. Simpson famously said in 2007, I'm getting my stuff back, man. That's not even the thing that he's famous for. That was the other incident. The 2000s one. There was a Family Guy episode where they actually had to put a PSA at the start of the episode. They were saying, this episode was supposed to come out in 2007, but we lost the episode, so now that it's actually coming out in 2009, most of these jokes aren't going to make sense, because in 2008, the subject of this episode went to jail because he robbed that place. Famous stuff. Here's a weird story, but about a year or two ago, I had a dream. It was on Easter Sunday that my mom had like a new kid and O.J. Simpson was the father. It was really weird. There was like a little 2-year-old black boy running around and all very strange. O.J. Simpson. You see, they had a passing reference to O.J. Simpson in the new Naked Gun movie from last year. Yeah, good stuff. So I believe there's 3 things we need to find on this level. We already got 2 of them. There's the heart container, the E-tank, and then I believe there's an armor upgrade as well. I know this game inside and out. Speaking of inside and out, this is going to be completely disgusting, but you know, when I was in college, we went to a field trip to an animal research lab, and they demonstrated what a fistula was, and there was like a rubber glove that okay, let's just stop this story. Anyway, I've been to some strange places over the years. You would not believe it. Man, the smell of that place, it just gets on your clothes and you have to change when you get home. Not a fun time, but it was certainly a very educational trip, I must say. And here's that other secret I alluded to the last episode. Not much back here, though. So, here's some more interesting Mega Man X trivia. Somehow I still haven't run out after 5 episodes. The main villain in this game, he was originally going to be 3 guys and not just 1 guy. But then the decision was made to combine the 3 guys into 1. And when you see his design, you'll think, wow, I certainly get it. He does look like they just took 3 guys and just mashed them together into 1. It's like this old Zero Punctuation review I saw once. It was for Darksiders. He was commenting on how over-designed the main character was. He was saying, it looks like somebody started drawing him and never finished. Here's the helmet, by the way. All the coolest kids at my school would wear helmets. Alright, so that was all we needed from Sam the Eagle stage, so, believe most of these, there's exactly 3 things we need to pick up. So we'll go to Flaming Mammoth up next. I just can't get over that one. Flaming Mammoth. That is a very funny implication. Well, reasonably funny, I guess. Anyway, getting back to my point earlier about how the villain in this game was originally going to be 3 guys and then they hastily mashed them all together into 1 guy. That sort of thing is more common than you would think in the creative arts. You know, in DBZ, Dr. Gero and Android 19 were originally going to be the villains. Here's one of the trickiest parts in the game. We are going to be here a while. You got to get the timing just right.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Okay, the fact that we partially got it on that take is actually a bad thing because now there's nothing for us to grab onto. So now we have to start over. They don't want you to do it part way. No half measures, Walter.
Нам хардбасерам давно не в тему данное говно. Прошивай боб и матрас в наших плеерах хардбас. СПБ и МСК, наш проект два города. Пациков не прет обстеп, через бочку рубит клэп. Лютый си без препаратов, будьте рад для деградатов. Кто хардбасить перестал, знайте все наркотикал. Пацаны наркотикал, в школе в коробке сдавал. Наркотикал.
Okay, the fast forward has ended. That's how you know we're gonna get it. See? I was feeling a bit like Dean Takahashi back there, but we got it now. That poor guy's never gonna live that down. So this next upgrade's really cool. In fact, I'm surprised they put something like this in a SNES game. It's not just like an enhanced charge shot. It also gives you extra things that you can do with all of the power-ups. Every single power-up that we've acquired, and ones that we will acquire, have like an additional thing. See, that's the normal 3-level charge shot. There's others. See, look at that. You can make a little penguin that you can ride around on for like 6 inches. So we'll just spend a minute here demonstrating all the cool new stuff we can do. Thankfully, they're generous with the power-ups as well. It's like the developers knew that this is exactly what the player would do once they got this upgrade, so they designed the whole stage around it. Very layered level design, if you will. The shield doesn't really seem to work, though. Maybe I'm just stupid, but I don't, I mean, you saw me bump right into that guy. We ain't playing bump and jump on NES over here. The tornado, it goes vertical. Oh yeah, I guess I keep interrupting my own story about the 3 guys that became Sigma. Anyway, so I was saying how the DBZ, how the Dr. Gero and Android 19 were going to be the villains. And then Androids 17 and 18 were going to be the villains. Then the first form of Cell was going to be the villain. And finally, Perfect Cell was the villain. That they just kept making changes on the fly. And that's why the Cell Saga is so messy, because it's basically just 4 different... The story arcs just kind of human centipeded together. And the point of what I'm getting at here is Mega Man X did something very similar. They were going to have 3 guys, and then it became 1 guy, and then Kenji Inafune took the 3 guys, and he put them in like a pyramid, and in a prism, and he threw them out into outer space, like in the ending of the Superman movie from the 70s. Wouldn't that be funny if that was how it happened? I was watching the Family Guy clip the other day, where Lois was beating up everybody in the bar, and they had that scene with Krypton sucks, and then the 3 villains from Superman, they did the whole parody from the movie. Yeah, good stuff. So, way back when, in like episode 2 or 3 or whatever, I mentioned we can get behind the big enemy with our flame power-up now, and we can actually kill him. We can actually stand a chance, so that'll be something once we get to it. Anyway, so a moment ago I was describing the Cell Saga as being quote-unquote human centipeded together. And that brings me to my next point. Did you ever see The Human Centipede, viewer? You're thinking, no, but anyway, I was just thinking back to when that first came out. There was like a trashy white girl on the school bus who thought The Human Centipede was a comedy for some reason. She probably just overheard like a general description of it. He was saying, there's like this new movie where they put people's mouths on people's butts. I wonder if she actually went to see it, because I think she would have been in for quite a rude awakening to actually watch the movie going into it thinking it's some kind of like goofy Adam Sandler style comedy or something. This was the same person where I overheard a different conversation once where she went to go see The Dark Knight without knowing that it was a Batman movie or had anything comic related in it. I guess just going into it without knowing anything about it, without even looking at like the posters or anything, and the fact that Batman was in the movie was a total surprise. It's like, man, normal people are so dumb. So here's a similar story since I'm on a roll here. You know, I was on a message board once. It was for Smash Bros. And there was a guy saying, when I played Smash Bros. Brawl back in the day, I was so surprised that Snake and Sonic were in there. It's like, wow, non-Nintendo characters in a Nintendo game. It's like, on the surface level, that sounds excusable, because it's like, okay, well, not everybody follows the internet hype, you know, that could still be a surprise to somebody. But in this case, it's like, buddy, didn't you notice the pictures of Snake and Sonic on the back of the box? The poor stupid idiot didn't even flip the box over. Oh my god. So, just like the others, we're just doing a quick sweep for any power-ups we missed the first time. Specifically, I know there's that heart container that we got a boomerang. Hey, look at that thing. That's pretty cool, huh? A screen-clearing move. Anyway, there's at least the heart container. I guess we didn't get the Hadouken in the last level, but I'm not gonna go through all of that.
I mean, you can leave a complaint in the complaint box, but I don't check that shit!
Is it socially acceptable to use JonTron clips at this point? You think it's been long enough? Probably not, honestly. There's probably going to be a very grouchy Reddit post about this like 10 years from now. You know how people be. Have you ever tried like repeating Reddit talking points in front of your real life friends? It's like it sounds so normal when it's just words on a screen, and then when you say it to a person in real life, you realize, wow, I just sound like a G.I. Joe villain right now. They'll have like an international hockey tournament, and you'll say like, America must lose this hockey game as punishment for their imperialism. It's like, wow, that sounds completely psychotic now that I say it out loud. Important life lessons. So we're getting real close to that boomerangable heart. It's just a few more of these dreadfully annoying segments up there. Just keep on trucking. Keep on trucking. Truck, 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 truck. There it is. Hold on. Hold on, I can do it. I can do it. Yeah, okay. We've got all the power-ups we needed. So, I guess the episode's over.
Hey, hey!